Hello, this is Deborah Matthews, Vicar of Burwood, with my thought for today. This time last year, I was talking about celebrating the patronal festival of St. Michael's Church, which in the church calendar falls again this week. St. Michael is the angel who protects against evil, and he's particularly associated with this point in the year when the light dims and darkness seems to have the upper hand. As we come to the end of summer, we see the signs of autumn in the bright red leaves and the berries and the purple Michaelmas daisy, and of course there's a chill in the air. Our own plans for the coming months and going forward may be curtailed, but we cannot hold back the seasons. Despite the beautiful colours, I always find autumn a bit sad, as everything's dying back in preparation for the winter. But this year, there is even more of a melancholy feel about it. Last Michaelmas, we couldn't possibly have imagined the devastation that was to infect our world. These last 6 months, our lives have all been changed dramatically. Perhaps we can sense some of the signs of the Armageddon that we read about in the book of Revelation. It is in this last book of the Bible that we hear about the Archangel Michael defeating the dragon. St. Michael and all the angels of God fought in heaven against the angels of the great dragon, and the devil and his armies were defeated and thrown down out of heaven to the earth. Well, this angelic tale of chivalry describes the potential for evil in all of God's creatures, in a story displaying a cosmic conflict even beyond our little planet. In our own experience, we encounter this continual conflict between good and evil. So our patron saint, Michael, is an appropriate reminder of the struggle in our own everyday life. We could name evil as Satan or a dragon or the devil, and actually it's quite handy to be able to imagine and scapegoat some amorphous creature on whom we can lay the blame for all that goes wrong in the world. But there are times when we can more easily attribute this suffering to a contemporary evil, and COVID-19 has taken up that role. This horror has weakened our infrastructure, our transport and education systems, our jobs and livelihoods, and it has touched all of our most treasured times in life, impacting upon our holidays, meals out, family gatherings and life events. And now there are only 15 people allowed at weddings, and that includes the vicar. This virulent virus has dealt a fearful blow to so many of our cherished plans. So how much more do we, in the midst of it all, have a need of an angelic knight in shining armour to defeat this virus? We have already seen earlier in the outbreak the angels in the hospitals and care homes looking after those who have been infected with COVID, and we know now, as we are facing an increase of cases in all areas of our country, that they will be called upon again to battle against this virus. And of course, we do have our part to play. The government restrictions are going to be painful, but if we abide by them, we will be helping to defeat the virus. In the prayer for St. Michael's Day, we pray that as the holy angels serve God in heaven, so may they help and defend us on earth. Our faith in God helps us to carry on, and it brings us comfort even in the midst of the darkest of times. This is not going to be an easy time, but we can approach these shorter days with hope of a new light, preparing the ground for new life in the spring, and trusting that our contemporary knights in shining armour can develop a vaccine which we pray will put an end to this pandemic. But in the meantime, Let's seek out the little joys which are close by, those things which are waiting to be discovered by us each day, the things which can make us smile and be thankful, and don't put anyone else at risk. God bless you and take care.